Prashant, since you know, do you want to take up the challenge? It is being suggested here by Justice Lokur, name the judges, right? That's effectively what you're saying. You must name the judges.
See, the point is that there have been, it's all right. For example, there is a recently publicized case of Chief Justice of a High Court who is being considered for elevation to the Supreme Court. The reports in the media and the documents that I have seen suggest that a then sitting judge of the Supreme Court was asked for his opinion about that particular judge. And in his opinion, he said that, look, he appears to have acquired these 6 properties after his being appointed a judge, which appear to be of considerable value. There are very serious allegations that he has undervalued them. They need to be properly valued. He also said that there are serious allegations of his taking cash for bail. Here are 9 orders that he has passed on bail which do not appear to be above board. This matter also needs to be examined, and there are other serious allegations which need to be investigated. Now the point is that there is nothing which shows that any investigation took place on those allegations made by a sitting judge of the Supreme Court. And yet we learn from the media that that judge is being considered for appointment to the Supreme Court. Now, it's not a question of, mostly one does not have evidence or hard evidence of corruption of a judge. One occasionally gets some evidence sometimes, but when no investigation takes place, when people make complaints and no investigation takes place on that, that raises very serious questions.
You know, are we saying therefore that this entire system by which, let's assume that there are allegations of corruption, and then you've got to go through a long drawn out process that will eventually, after investigation, possibly lead to impeachment. And we've seen all too few in this country happen. Do you believe that that system also needs to be looked at? That we need perhaps a swifter, more transparent system that doesn't prevent judges from doing their work honestly, but also punishes the dishonest. I mean, let's be honest, hundreds of judges across this country, there must be several of them, sir, who aren't of the highest integrity. And yet, you know, they perhaps get away. Do you believe the system needs to be reviewed for looking at cases of judicial corruption rather than leaving it for gossips in the corridor of the courts?
Yeah. If there is evidence of corruption or strong, not necessarily evidence in that sense, but enough to show that a person is not honest, there should be a system, and we need a faster system, certainly.
So let me be more direct. Do judges protect their own?
No, I don't think so.
No, let's look at the specifics. Do you believe that judges protect their own? And therefore even that system needs to be reviewed in some form.
You know, I don't know what you mean by protect their own. I mean, if a person is guilty, he's guilty. Where is the question of protecting somebody who's guilty? Right? If the person is innocent, he's innocent. He doesn't need any protection because he's innocent. Now, what you are saying, I suppose, I don't know what you're trying to say. What you are saying is that if in a gray area, perhaps the judges are trying to protect somebody.
No, what I'm saying is that there are numerous, Prashant Bhushan raises one particular instance, but over the years, there have been several such instances. In some cases, you're right, the evidence may not be of 100%, but is surely worth pursuing and investigating. Do you believe this process of investigating a judge who may be accused of corruption is pursued with the due seriousness, or is there an attempt at the end of the day to play it down, to not take it as seriously as it should?
Okay, let me tell you about my own personal experience.
Yes.
There was an allegation against a particular judge of corruption, right? I happened to be a member of that in-house committee to look into the allegation of corruption, and we did find that the judge was corrupt, or corrupt in the sense of dishonest. So we did make a recommendation to the Chief Justice. So it's not that, these things don't happen. Now, what the Chief Justice did after that, I don't know, because that was entirely for the Chief Justice to decide. But if there is some material that a person is corrupt or believed to be corrupt or believed to be dishonest or believed to lack integrity, there is a procedure, and I can't tell you offhand how long it took us for that inquiry, but I think the inquiry was conducted fairly fast.
The proximity of judges to the government, sir.
Yeah.
There was a belief that judges kept away from government and government officers and their functions to the maximum extent possible. Now there's a sense that some of those walls are being bridged. The Prime Minister attended, I think not too long ago, a dinner that the judges throw. Normally you invite him by convention, but the Prime Minister doesn't attend. Not only did he attend, but apparently he asked you to open the doors of court number 1 and wanted to see how the court proceedings take place. Do you believe that the distance must be complete and total between government and the judiciary?
I don't know what you mean by, distance should be complete. I mean, are you suggesting that I should not see the face of the Prime Minister?
No, there are photographs of some judges who attend, let's say, the wedding of a politician's son or daughter, and then the photographs come out. Should the judge be a hermit completely? Once you become a judge of the Supreme Court, in particular.
I don't think a judge should be a hermit. I don't think this ivory tower business is correct, that a judge should be in an ivory tower. If judges are going to be in an ivory tower, you don't know what the hell is going on at the ground level. So you can't expect a judge to be a hermit. And why should a judge be a hermit? On the one hand, you talk about, judges being human beings. And on the other hand, you say he should be a hermit, or he should be sitting in an ivory tower, or he should not know what's happening. I mean, it can't be like that,
The doors of the Supreme Court opening specifically for the Prime Minister?
That's perfectly okay. I think I don't think there's anything wrong in that. I think you're reading far too much into it. You must know that this was in a conference in which judges, chief justices of some other countries had come. There was a dinner. I don't think there's anything wrong in inviting the Prime Minister for a public dinner. I don't think there's anything wrong. The Prime Minister of India gives a farewell to the Chief Justice of India, the outgoing Chief Justice, and a welcome to the incoming Chief Justice. The President does it. Now, are you trying to say that we should not have, this sort of a thing? I mean, that's stretching it too far. I'm sorry, but that's stretching it too far.
Post-retirement assignments.
Yeah.
That are, that seem to be the practice. Do you believe that judges must accept appointments almost immediately? We've even had judges becoming governors, chief justices now becoming governors. Do you believe a line needs to be drawn somewhere?
Yeah, it does.
As to what it does need to be drawn?
Certainly.
What should be the line?
Well, it depends on a variety of factors. For example, you have the National Human Rights Commission, all right? The law says, a law enacted by Parliament, says that the chairman of the National Human Rights Commission will be a retired Chief Justice of India. Mm-hmm. Now, supposing all the Chief Justices say that, listen, we are not going to become chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, do you think that body can function? The law says that the chairman of the Central Administrative Tribunal will be a retired Chief Justice of a High Court. Supposing all the Chief Justices of all the High Courts say we're not going to become, presidents or chairman or whatever it is of the Central Administrative Tribunal, do you think it's going to work? So you have laws, right? And if the law requires that a person, that a retired judge or a retired Chief Justice should be a member of a particular body, change the law. You can't say that, oh, because you become a member, therefore there's something wrong with that.
No, but governors, members of parliament, the kind of posts that are at the... Would you accept if the government gave you a governorship?
I would not. I would not.
If they made you a Rajya Sabha nominated member?
I would not, no.
The reason I'm asking you this is
also... Is there a rumor that I'm going to become a member of
No, sir, no.